In a world of game development, teams and bustling studios where hundreds work together to bring virtual worlds to life, there was a man who said, "Nah, I got this." Meet Eric Barone, the ultimate one-man game-making machine. Get ready to dive into the hilarious and awe-inspiring story of how he conquered the gaming world solo, armed with just his passion, perseverance, and dash of craziness. This is the incredible tale of how one guy created the most beloved indie games of our time. So prepare for an awe-inspiring adventure as we dive into the extraordinary tale of Eric Barone, the indie game hero who took the gaming world by storm. It all started when Eric Barone met his girlfriend Amber Hagman in a seemingly ordinary mall. Little did they know that their mutual love for Harvest Moon, a charming Japanese farm simulator, would sow the seeds of an incredible journey. In fact, the game made them both fall in love. By 2011, the couple had started living together at Eric's parents' house. Eric Barone, who had just earned a degree in computer science from University of Washington, Tacoma, was struggling to find a programming job. After several failed interviews, he had a bright idea. Why not make a video game? It would be a good way to improve his programming skills, and maybe it could even help him land a job. He told Amber that he would be done in 6 months. He had a plan for the game. He was going to make his own version of Harvest Moon, which had declined in popularity. He also wanted to do it solo, which meant he would write every line of dialogue, draw every piece of art, and compose every song on the soundtrack himself. By the end of 2011, Eric had a revelation. Finding a regular job wasn't for him. He was fully engrossed in his passion projects, determined to see it through before being consumed by corporate grind. The idea for Stardew Valley was simple. You'd create a character and customize his appearance from hair to pants colors. At the beginning of the game, your hero would quit his menial job at a giant corporation to go live in an idyllic village called Pelican Town. There he would inherit an old farm, cultivate relationships with local villagers, and restore Pelican Town to its former glory. Barone wanted to make it feel satisfying to do mundane chores like planting seeds and clearing debris in Stardew Valley. After a few months of living rent-free, the couple decided to move out of Baron's house. They had saved up enough money to pay for rent, but not for everything. His girlfriend, who was just finishing her undergraduate degree, became the breadwinner for the house, without minding, as she wanted Eric to focus on developing his game. For Barone, sitting alone in his studio apartment, game development meant something else entirely. Unlike other games, Stardew Valley didn't have a high-end 3D graphics or an orchestral soundtrack. He was learning everything he could about game making from internet sites like YouTube. He did know how to write music thanks to years of playing in bands. He had learned how to program in college. He was gradually getting better at drawing the backgrounds and spirits that would make Stardew Valley. After a while, his girlfriend and other family members started regularly asking Barone when Stardew Valley would be done. He would say in a month or two. 2 months later, they would ask again. Just another few months, he would say. As time went on, Barone kept extending the window. 3 more months, 6 more months. Eric knew that he had to give them little bits at a time. 2012, after nearly working for a year in Stardew Valley, Eric launched a website and started posting about the game on Harvest Moon fan forums, which drew people to his site to know more about the game he was working on. Fueled with positive feedbacks, Barone started thinking about how he would get Stardew Valley on people's hands. He stumbled upon a website called Steam Greenlight, which allowed fans to vote on games they would want to play. Games that hit a certain number of votes would automatically get a spot in the main website, Steam, biggest online store for PC games. Eric decided to put Stardew Valley on Steam Greenlight, thinking the game would be done in 6 months. Shortly after, a British developer named Brice from Chucklefish saw its potential and offered to be the de facto publisher, taking 10% of profits, which was less than what the other publishers take. Barone accepted the deal, excited about the association with Chucklefish. Stardew Valley won approval on Steam Greenlight on May 17, 2013, and Barone assured his fans of a fun and feature-rich game. The couple's finances were becoming tight, so Barone considered putting half-done game on early access on Steam, so that players can play the game before it's even completed. But he got anxious at the thought of taking other people's money before his game was done. The pressure scared him. Instead, he took a part-time job as an usher at Paramount Theater in Seattle to make ends meet. While working in both directions, once a month Barone would update Stardew Valley website with exciting new features, attracting hundreds of followers. But behind the scenes, his morale was low. After 2 years of solo development, doubt and anxiety sprouted like pesky weeds. His girlfriend Hagman witnessed his rollercoaster emotions, but she supported him throughout. With Hagman now working full-time, the couple's finances improved, but fans were impatiently asking for Stardew Valley release. With honesty, he assured fans he wouldn't rush it and would only release it when he was satisfied with the final product. Being a solo developer presented challenges, things took longer, and loneliness crept in without workers to share ideas. Sitting alone at his computer staring at the mountains and trees of Stardew Valley, he questioned whether his game was any good. But despite obstacles, he persisted.
What is Stardew Valley?
Most people describe it as a PC Harvest Moon.
On September, a group of Chucklefish staffers went on Twitch and streamed themselves playing unfinished version of Stardew Valley. Fans were impressed by Barone's one-man army effort and praised the game's look and feel. As the release day approached, Barone faced a tough decision. Should he wait to make the multiplayer mode, risking further delays, or release the game without it? Finally, on January 29, 2016, Barone announced Stardew Valley release date, February 26. With no marketing experience, he relied on Chucklefish to spread the word through Twitch and journalism. The buzz grew and Stardew Valley became a sensation on Twitch. During final February weeks, Barone went all in on improving the game. He spent every waking hour sitting at his desk fixing bugs. Other than his friends, he had no game testers, which made things a bit harder. Finally, on February 26, 2016, a tired but hopeful Eric Barone launched Stardew Valley, surrounded by his girlfriend who was always by his side. Unsure of what to expect, he wondered if all his hard work would pay off. With bated breath, he opened the chart, and in that moment he witnessed the magical beginning of Stardew Valley's journey into the hearts of players worldwide. The numbers soared, and the game became an immediate success, which made Eric a millionaire, and game selling more than 1.5 million copies and grossed close to $21 million, proving dreams do come true with passion and perseverance.
If you like this video, you'd also like the video about how Max Payne was created by legendary Sam Lake. And as always, make sure to subscribe and let me know which video game I should cover next.